Okay, so here we're in the home of Jeff and Tori Wagner, and you started coming to church in...
Would have been right before Christmas of '07.
Okay. Now, before you'd come to Cornerstone, you had a battle with cancer, is that right?
I did. Back Christmas time of '06, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer. Beginning of '07, I went through surgery and a round of radiation, basically.
Okay.
And then, so for the most part, we thought we were cancer-free and kind of on the road to recovery. And then, actually, just a few weeks after we started going to Cornerstone, I was re-diagnosed with cancer again, and it was recommended I go through 12 weeks of chemotherapy.
How many times do you guys think you've been to church before you were re-diagnosed? Tori, do you?
I would probably say maybe 3 or 4.
Maybe
Yeah,
3 or 4 times.
It wasn't very many before.
Okay, so you definitely weren't established in the church
Not
yet.
at all. No, we had tried out other churches in town and really never found our home. And we were out visiting our neighbors, James and Joanne Raines, and they suggested Cornerstone, and really was kind of loved at first time. Everyone was so friendly to us, and so we were really getting a good feel for it when that kind of came down that I had to go through the chemotherapy.
Okay, the story has a purpose, and I kind of want to get to this part of it. Is why we're having this interview. So you'd been to church 3, maybe 4 times, and then you kind of disappeared.
Yeah, when I was going
from church.
Right. When I was going through my chemotherapies, my blood counts were really low, so I couldn't be around the public very much. Tori remained going though without me, and that's when she kind of made some new friendships there. Okay,
and that's the part I want to talk about, Tori. So you started coming by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Who noticed that you were coming by yourself?
Miss Molly Burnskatter.
Molly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, did you know Molly before you came to the church?
I did not know Molly before we came.
How did you get to know Molly?
We got to know Molly because we were lucky enough to sit by Molly in church,
Mm-hmm.
and she always struck up a conversation, especially that first time. Are you new here? Good to see you.
Right.
And got to know us, and had seen Jeff and I together enough to know that something was off.
Right.
When I started arriving by myself.
So did she ask you, like, what's with Jeff, or how did she start that conversation?
Well, it's hard to remember the specifics, but essentially that was the gist of it. You know, is something wrong with Jeff, or why isn't Jeff here? And so that was my opportunity to share what was going on with us at that time.
What did Molly start doing for you guys?
Well, like I mentioned, I was pretty much home. I would go to treatments, then come home and just be here. I didn't leave the house. So, you know, and Tori would be at work, so I was kind of on my own. And here comes this lady that I really didn't know a whole lot about, or had only met a few times. And she's going out of her way to bring me dinners, bring me soup, just come by with a smile, and just be someone that was showing her love for my situation. And I had never experienced that before. Even like my closest friends, you know, they may call and ask me how I was doing, but no one really went out of their way to show me, you know, any real obviously they had concerns for me, but they didn't go out of their way to bring me dinners or send me cards.
So, just what did that do? I think you've shared that, but you know, how did that help?
Well, it helped me a lot because I was comfortable going to church by myself. I was in a new place, trying to find my way, and I didn't have my partner, you know, and so going somewhere by yourself and feeling comfortable can be difficult, and it could have been very discouraging and very easy to just say, you know what, this is too stressful, I'm just going home. But I knew when I went that I would sit with Molly, and Molly would ask me how Jeff was doing, and Molly would ask me how I was doing.
Right.
You know, what do you need to talk about?
That's an important thing, really.
Right, sure.
What do you need to get off your chest that you can't with Jeff? And so I could share my scares and
Right,
you
sure.
know, my story, and Molly and I became friends, and so then it evolved into not just sharing this, but we started sharing other parts of our lives.
Sure, okay. So we're really talking about people using their gifts. So if Molly had not exercised her gifts of hospitality and encouragement and so forth, you know, how might this scenario have been different, do you suppose?
Well, I think that we could have easily not be here today, and members of Cornerstone, and who knows, maybe not going to any church, because it was very hard to leave Jeff home,
I'm sure, yeah.
to leave to go to church, and I could do that or wanted to do that because I knew I would get to see Molly, and I would get to.
You mean it wasn't my preaching?
Well, that
Yeah,
was,
that's okay.
Yeah, that was good too.
Yeah.
But mostly I just waited till you were done so I could talk to Molly.
Exactly, I understand.
But because I knew her and I had started building a relationship
Right.
with her, I was encouraged to go and continued to go. And it would have been so much easier to just say, I'm just going to stay home. I need to be home. I
Right,
need to
sure.
be with my husband.
Very understandable.
And she has such a strong faith that she also saw the good it was doing for me to go to church, that this is where I needed to be as well,
Right.
that I could do just as much good for Jeff to build my faith
That's
than
good,
to be
yeah,
at
sure.
home. So she helped spiritually and personally and physically when feeding us.
Yeah, I mean physically, the potato soup.
Good stuff.
Yeah. It has been said that Jeff might have been the only chemo patient to actually gain weight
Yes,
during
I
chemotherapy.
did, thanks to Molly.
All right.
Yes.
You want to say anything to Molly before I let you go?
Well, Molly, we just want to say thank you for your hospitality and your caring. You probably are one of the most, or maybe the most unselfish person we have ever come across. We love you. We owe a lot to you. You are a blessing in our lives.
We love you, Molly.
Thank you.